Yeah, this is not that type of lifestyle, and just to clarify, I don't partake in that lifestyle, but I've had many friends that have, and the conversations that I have with them are very very open, and it has to be more. It's not amateur night. There are, these are usually individuals who are more well versed and have learned their lessons the hard way, but are now approaching things in a more practical or loving or safe manner. But to your other statement, Des, I think it's I understand where you're coming from, and you're concerned that, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're concerned that the level or the exposure now to the naive reader, that they have the potential to lead themselves down a potentially harmful path. They've now read something. Yeah. And I'm with you, and I see where you're coming from on that. And my take in this way is that there's two things. Number one, those people are going to get in those relationships anyway. If they all believe the sort of things that they read in the book were appropriate, or Harry Potter fans would be jumping off ropes with broomsticks and, of course, thinning the herd appropriately. But aside from that, these people are going to get into those sorts of situations. But one thing I like about the book, you'll agree with me, with certain exposure, and I don't know what you've learned or what your lifestyle is like, but when you read some of these things, does a trigger go off in your mind that says, I'm not okay with that, or that sounds like that might be okay? Do you get an equal reaction out of anything that happens in the book?
Well, there was parts in the first book that I read that I was getting pissed off. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe he just did that. Like, oh, and like I was getting frustrated. I'm like, damn it. But then book two,
Perfect.
I have a different outtake in book two. But the first one, there were certain situations I was like, oh, how does anybody do that?
But that's perfect. So the writer did a tremendous job of eliciting a reaction from its readers.
Oh,
and that
absolutely.
reaction is